Hey guys, wow. It's time for the KellumMD.com video podcast. Didn't get a great night's sleep last night, so I've been kind of dozing off a little bit. Gabe Farias, Dr. Daniel H. Kellum Jr. Man, you clapped so loud that made my ears ring. Good Lord. Dr. Kellum, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear that clap with these microphones because...
Is that loud?
Buddy, that was loud. Again, I'm hearing ringing right now, so when we're done with this podcast, you're going to check my ears out.
Okay.
Dr. Kellum, I faked a sleep ingest because of our content and our topic today, which is something you've wanted to talk about for a few weeks now, and that's the importance of getting a good night sleep. People just think, you need 8 hours just to be alert. There are so many more things that are positive from a health and wellness standpoint if you get a good night's sleep.
Absolutely.
Wow. Popovich on me, man.
There you go.
Yes.
So sleep is actually a really important thing, as everybody knows.
Yeah.
So when we're not sleeping, like we need to, it certainly affects our day. And so I think the important part of sleep is two things. It's how long you sleep at night. So, some people get 5 hours, some people get 7, but being consistent with that time is really important, but also to the quality of sleep that we get. And that's kind of what I think we wanted to talk about today is really the quality of sleep.
Yeah, and I had a sleep app on my phone, and it was attached to my watch, and it actually let me know when I was going into a deep sleep, when I was in kind of a not so deep sleep. Found out I was kind of a restless sleeper, right. And you helped me a long time ago realize that I had sleep apnea, and all of those things can contribute to not getting a good night's sleep.
Sure. So the apps that you're talking about are very helpful. So typically what they discern is REM sleep, light sleep, deep sleep, and
yes.
So when you look at those. And typically deep sleep is the smallest portion that you get. Light sleep is a little bit longer. REM sleep is a part of that as well. And those are components of sleep that allow restorative sleep. So when we sleep, things heal, we get better, we get ready and restful for the next day. Those things get interrupted in individuals like you, Gabe, that have sleep apnea. And so that's kind of what I think is really important, part of what I really want to talk about today. And the biggest presenting sign, quite frankly, is not that you're going to feel it, although you can feel tired, maybe fall asleep at places, but it's your significant other that's laying next to you when you're rocking the roof off the house.
Katie is not happy.
Yeah, so
yes, for sure.
That becomes a little bit of an issue. And so if someone is telling you you're snoring, I would say believe them first, and then just take the time to be seen. Because what we find when we do these sleep studies is that people have significant apnea, and that really can affect heart long-term, blood pressure long-term, mentation and cognition. Yeah. We have an assumption that that's going to be an issue with that. So it's super important for all of y'all out there that are really looking for preventative care, being healthy, healthier than you're feeling right now, but are struggling with fatigue and tiredness. It's a big part of what we see.
Yeah, because sleep apnea, just for the layman's terms, I guess, you stop breathing in the middle of your sleep. And this can go on for a while. If I'm not mistaken, I think Reggie White died as a result of sleep apnea. I mean, you literally go for seconds without sleeping. And when you stop breathing, it just affects everything negatively.
That is very true. And so for most individuals, they're talking about 17, 18, 30, 40 times an hour. So if you really think about that through the course of the night, that's a lot of times that you either slow breathing, what we call hypopneas, or apneas, where you stop breathing. And all of them together create a sleep quality that is not what we want. And the beautiful thing now, Gabe, is, and for those out there, is that the testing that we do is awesome. They have these home sleep studies. One in particular called an iWatch or a WatchPat. That it's a watch that has a probe to the finger. It has a probe that kind of runs to the neck. But it downloads to your app, and that app downloads to the sleep lab.
Wow.
And so they'll mail it to you, you put it on, it gets downloaded to the sleep lab, it gets evaluated, sent to us. And so the disruption in your time, the disruption in your schedule, certainly the need to go sleep somewhere else in this sterile lab where everybody's staring at you, all of that's gone now. We can really get good understanding of where people are with these things, and then we can move forward with treatments. And there's a ton of wonderful treatment options as well.
I remember when you sent me for my first sleep study like 2 decades ago. It was a long time ago. And where I went to, you thought they were hooking me up to go up in the Apollo 9.
Right, exactly.
I mean, I had wires and I'm not sure if you folks know this or not, but I was a large dude back in the day. So I don't know if they had like 5 times XL wires or whatever, but it was a pain and it was hard. Fortunately, back then, the technology has improved now, but back then they were able to kind of let me know the problems that
Right.
we all kind of knew that I had, and I was able to get some help because of it.
True, back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah. But the sleep studies now, as you say, are just so much more convenient now.
It's the technology has come a long way. The understanding has come a long way as well. But we really understand how important it is, and I think the prevalence of sleep apnea among our population is large, and so it's one of those things that we want to make sure everybody is doing well with if they're suffering from that at all. But if you're having fatigue, if someone's telling you you're snoring, if you're getting tired at the end of the day, if you find yourself falling asleep when you sit down, all of those are really important things to do. One of the other things that we see is, neck size. So neck measuring 18 and above increases risk of that. So there's a lot of little clues for y'all to exactly back in the day. There's a lot of clues out there for people, but I think the most important is listen to the person that sleeps with you, because they're the ones that get scared. They're watching you stop breathing, and it's important that we get that taken care of. So encourage you to come in, get checked out, whether it's here or at any primary care, but getting that component of your health better really makes a long difference in providing longevity for you and a quality of life.
Yeah, KellumMD.com, the sponsor of this podcast. Also the website you can visit to schedule an appointment with Dr. Kellum or any of the providers that we have at Braun Road, at Schertz, in Bergheim, Marbach Road. You guys are really covering a good part of San Antonio right now. Yeah. Dr. Kellum, what about sleep aids? Where do you stand on, I'm having trouble, I've got insomnia, I'm having trouble sleeping at night. That's something you have to get evaluated with, I'm assuming, blood work, all of that to really make that type of determination.
True. There's a lot of factors that go into that. And I will tell you, most people, quite frankly, by the time they come to us, have tried melatonin. They've tried some of the over-the-counter stuff. But if you're finding that to be the case, I think that's an important part, an important evaluation to be done in the doctor's office, because there's a lot of things that can be.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of wonderful prescriptive and non-prescriptive treatments for that as well. And so I would encourage people, if they're struggling with insomnia or if they're waking up in the middle of the night, all of the reasons that you're not sleeping well come in, because it can be certainly a milieu of things that can cause that issue.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure we're dissecting through that as best we can.
So a quick off-the-cuff Mythbusters. I know we do Mythbusters. I'm going to do one right now. Melatonin gives you the heebie-jeebies when you sleep.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, like whenever I would take melatonin, I'd have this consistent dream where I was the 5th member of the Golden Girls and my name was Lupita. And I was a large, older Hispanic woman after I would take the melatonin. If that's not heebie-jeebies, I don't know what is. Gives you nightmares.
You're giving me nightmares.
All right, Dr. Kellum. Check out KellumMD.com. Folks, like anything, if you feel like you're sluggish, you feel like you're tired, get seen by one of our providers at Kellum Family Medicine, KellumMD.com. Dr. Kellum, thank you so very much. One quick sports question. Not really a sports question, but a comment. Go Spurs, go. Playing very well. Tough loss last night. Nobody had it on their radar, not you, not me, that they were going to be second best in the West this late in the season.
It's the Indiana Hoosiers in the NBA.
Man, was that not crazy?
Yeah,
I mean, Fernando Mendoza, arguably the greatest football player, dorkiest interview I've ever heard
You know what?
in my life.
You may think so. I think he's a great kid. And
He's an incredibly great kid.
Nice to see the humility. Nice to see really the caring that he has for and the empathy for his team. So
yeah, you know what's not nice? You making me look dumb.
Not hard.
Oh, he's a good kid. He'd be a heck of a quarterback for the Raiders. I'll tell you that right now. Anyways, that's going to wrap things up for Doctor.
That's sad.
That is kind of sad. Yeah, congratulations. You end up with the Raiders. At least he gets to play in Vegas. I'm going to guess he's an Uber Eats kid. He's not going to be at the He does not seem like a casinos guy. All right, for Dr. Daniel H. Kellum, I'm Gabe Farias. That wraps up another edition of the KellumMD.com video podcast, folks. Stay healthy.